Now this is what it looks like, and now I'm just gonna flavor it, and it's really delicious. So the queues are horrific, I'm terrified. It's gonna be at least an hour. And this is the finished vegan curry. Now recipe number 2 is one of the easiest breads you can make yourself at home. Good morning guys, welcome back to my channel, welcome to another video. If you guys new around here, my name is Eva, I live in London. And if you all to this channel, welcome back. So I thought I'm gonna pick up a camera and start to basically film and vlog more often, although we're all stuck at home. So I need to shout, but Liam is there playing with his toys and he's a little bit loud. So I thought I'm gonna basically try to do more like home vlogs, what we do at home, and maybe just share with you some ideas, whether that is favorite TV series, recipes, how to work out at home, make it like a series, because I know a lot of us are gonna be home, and I know as much it is hard for me to create content, I know a lot of people are gonna be bored. So at this stage, Liam's school is still open, so I'm gonna drop him off to nursery. I have to do more food shopping. My husband wants to get like treats, wine, if we're gonna be stuck at home, because we haven't been quarantined yet. We're more like choosing to self-isolate, although he has to go to work. We're trying to be very careful, so I'm wearing like gloves when I'm outside, disposable gloves, especially when I'm going shopping. And I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm quite terrified to go now shopping because things got worse, people are worried, people are just overbuying, but for me today it's more like wine and our regular food shop we normally do, and maybe some stuff for baking. But in today's video I wanted to share with you 3 recipes which we're gonna do together. One is actually bread, which is super easy. One is, in my opinion, reasonably healthy, and one is more like a family meal you can actually make out of cans. So if you get like chickpeas, coconut milk, I'm going to show you like a delicious food you can actually make for the whole family, and it's vegan, or it can be vegan depending on what you're going to use. So let's start the day, let's drop off Liam to nursery, and then let's go to the shop. Was quick drop off. I'm trying to basically not to stay too much around, because we see there's other children, teachers, parents, but it's just so difficult unless the government makes the measures and then everybody's on the same boat. I mean, I could have kept Liam at home. I need to think maybe if I'm going to do it over the next few days, if they're not going to close the school, maybe speak to my husband what he thinks. But let's see now. Let's go to the shop. Let's go. I'm quite terrified, but hopefully maybe it's not going to be that bad. I don't know, so let's see. So the queues are horrific, I'm terrified. It's going to be at least an hour. And this is what I'm getting so far, a lot of wine. And yeah, it's chaos, but what can you do? So I'm going to put on a second pair of the clean gloves and need to post something, and just going to jump to a local shop just to see if they have flour and maybe get more of that wine.
I know I'll let you down.
So let's look at the first recipe, recipe number 1, which is, in my opinion, reasonably healthy salad, and you can make it from stuff that is actually quite long lasting. So we've got a cup of frozen peas, 1 pack of pre-cooked beetroot, half of feta cheese, salt, pepper, olive oil, balsamic vinegar. It's not necessary, like I quite like it just with olive oil as it is, and these flavors work really well together. You simply defrost this, cut this into small pieces, mix all together, and it's really, really delicious. I would say this amount will probably give you 2 portions, or you can have it as a side salad to your meats, pasta, rice, but I love it. It's one of my favorite things. And if you look at it, for example, at the feta cheese, until when? So this one is until 14th of August. This is start of August, and this is frozen. So if you basically make supplies or something like that, you can, you know, have something reasonably healthy, or something that is just not cans or dry pasta or something like that, and it's actually delicious. So let's start. Now this is what it looks like, and now I'm just gonna flavor it, and it's really delicious. I quite like when I defrost the peas because it's kind of warm, so it's kind of warmish / cold salad, but you can wait until it gets cold if that is what you prefer. But it's delicious both ways.
I know I'll let you down.
Now, recipe number 2 is one of the easiest breads you can make yourself at home, and honestly it's super easy. My husband's Irish and he loves Irish soda bread. It's not for everybody, it is very Irish, but it is actually nice bread. And imagine like you're stuck in the house on any other day and you want fresh warm bread. This is such an easy way how to do it, and these are the ingredients you need. So you need 500 grams of strong wholemeal flour or any wholemeal flour, 2 teaspoons of sea salt, 1 teaspoon of bicarbonate soda, 1 to 2 teaspoons of honey, fresh lemon or lemon juice, but because obviously this video is about stuff that is long lasting, I'm gonna add like maybe 1 or 2 spoons of tablespoons of lemon juice and 400 milliliters of milk. What you need to do is, because we need buttermilk, I then pour obviously this into the milk, and it obviously you create a buttermilk like that. You mix it all together. You can use tin or shape it in a loaf, and on the greased baking tray you just put it in 200 Celsius, and you I think it needs 35 to 40 minutes, but it's honestly very, very easy. So let's start. So I have just added the lemon juice. I think I'm gonna add a little bit more, so I did 2 spoons. Normally I know it's like 1 lemon, and I've never done it with this. Yes, that's better. And that will go to the flour. Now the soda. And 2. And I'm gonna use like a greased tin. I just use regular butter. What you can do is just to use like a different shape, just a flat one, and just create a loaf. I've done both and it works amazing both ways, but I prefer this one. Sorry, that's Liam in the background. So yeah, and then the mixture or the dough goes in, and 200 Celsius, 40 minutes. So the dough is not very liquidy, it's quite stiff, and you just put it in this, and I always do like a little cross at the top. And then I make like little crosses and put it in the oven. So I think my bread is ready. And there's your bread, and let me show you what it looks like when you cut it. Okay, and my last meal, which we're gonna have for dinner today, because obviously I wanted to show you how to make it, is vegan curry. Obviously it can be vegan, it doesn't have to be vegan. I use quite very often coconut milk, but you can use regular cream. However, all these things, as you see, are long lasting, so it's easy to stock up on things like that. I would normally use fresh carrot, so this is first time I'm gonna be using it with sliced carrot. I also love to put other vegetables in there. My favorite one is cauliflower. I think you can get tin cauliflower. I don't have it, so I'm gonna only work with these ones. So 1 tin of tomatoes, 1 tin of carrots, 1 tin of coconut milk, and chickpeas. And then I have 1 small onion, 4 cloves of garlic. And I also like work around the spices, just because sometimes I don't have everything. And do you know what? It was never like disgusting if I, for example, missed one or I've tried something else. But in general, I go for salt, pepper, and then maybe 1 spoon of coriander, 1 of ground cumin, tiny little bit if you like a bit of kick, hot chili powder, 1 spoon of mustard seeds, tandoori masala, and paprika. So I would do 1 and maybe 2 of the paprika. And then you just fry everything on the olive oil. So let's start. We love to eat it with rice, but couscous is also really good. So everything about this recipe is really easy. And also, like, you can stock up these things. You can stock up couscous, and it's actually reasonably healthy. I know obviously these are long lasting, so not so healthy. It's not fresh, and it will never be if you're stuck at home and you try to basically eat stuff made of tins. But I still think it's nice to actually make something from scratch rather than stock up your fridge with whatever, I don't know, pre-made lasagna and stuff like that. So let's do this. On a bit of olive oil, I'm gonna fry the onions and the garlic. It's also sometimes good if you do grated ginger, but I don't have it at the moment, so it's more kind of butter chicken style curry, but vegan version. So what I'm gonna do now is I'll just do this. But I would say with meals like this, don't worry if you're missing 1 or 2 ingredients. I've done this for my family in Czech, and they loved it. And although I couldn't get like garam masala, it was still delicious. If you know your spices a little bit, you know probably what's gonna work and what won't. So I'm gonna add my chickpeas and my carrots. So to make things easier, just let's say 1 spoon of each. I'm not gonna go crazy on the hot chili powder. I'm just gonna do honestly a pinch and then more paprika. So these, I would say 1 spoon, and then some paprika and hot chili powder. So I've got all the spices in. I really like when you add the spices now. I like when the chickpeas gets really nicely coated and the vegetables, and the smell is amazing. And when I feel it's plenty, so maybe I'll give it 2 more minutes, I'll just add the tin of the tomatoes. And I just added the coconut milk and I let it mix all the flavors together. It's honestly so good. I love making this, and different varieties. It's nice with chicken as well, with other vegetables like green beans. You could technically use like frozen vegetables as well. Maybe some cauliflower and green beans. It's so delicious. I honestly love this dish so much, so it turned out really well. And this is the finished vegan curry with rice. And that's what we have for dinner today. Amy is asleep on the sofa and I'm just chilling here. I actually saw my neighbor Maddie, who's amazing. She's sitting outside and working like on the sunshine, because there's no sunshine in her garden. So we had a nice chat today talking about the series. So she recommended me Pharmacist. I think it's a documentary on Netflix. And then she recommended me Cheer. They're both I think documentary style, and I've heard about Cheer, so I may give it a go as well. Since we're probably all gonna be stuck at home. There's people walking around and everything, but obviously Liam sleeps now. I may go for a walk later, so I'll see about that. But hopefully you enjoyed my recipes. What I wanted to say is obviously it's always better to use fresh stuff, but I just wanted to show you, for example, even the bread, that if you use the long life milk, if you have at home flour, it's pretty basic recipe and really easy to make. So yeah, that's very good. So I'm probably gonna read a book now, sitting next to me and make myself a cup of tea, and then I'll catch up with you later. So on days like this, when you know you're trying to stay home pretty much most of the time, I love to get a package because it's the way to tear yourself up. They messaged me today from Dr. David Jack, the PR, saying I want to send like care packages. So they send me the yellow peel. I've got the blue one. The yellow one is for like pigmentation and brightening up your skin. So I want to film like care video at home, self-care. and then a lot of goodness. So Dr. Davy Jack does a lot of supplements. Haven't tried this. Skin and hair and nails is amazing. And I've just finished the Dr. Barbara Sturm, that's also amazing. So I'm gonna go back onto these. So thank you so much.